Gonna load up. There we go. That took longer than usual. Alright! Hi, chat! We're gonna be continuing some more Limbus Company. But also, I put a poll in the Discord that has something to do with, well, because of the option, today. So I had, I'm just gonna switch to the screen for it. One of the goals that I had for, like this set that I made a while ago, actually, was 50 subs. But I've realized that, I set that up horribly. So, since the other two have been, like, achieved and everything, and I have to go through those, I have decided that I'm just going to count it as, it is decently close. It's probably, like, 5 away. But every time I need to check, why is my mic, like, extra loud right now? Or am I just extra loud right now? Anyways, so to stop myself from having to count things so often because I'm not certain, and writing down the number feels like it's gonna be like oh, we're at this point. Oh, we've gotten one more, but it's just me trying to count. So I have asked my mom to pick a drink. Just random drink. I will say, it's a little bit anticlimactic, but I understand her reasoning. Because, I don't actually fully know how to pronounce this. Well, I mean, I do. I just feel like I'm gonna pronounce it wrong. I think it's Aritos? Yeah, let me just type it in chat. That's a D, that's an S. There we go. So that is the drink that was picked out for me. Which, honestly, yeah, it's a pretty tame choice. But having a conversation with her, she said, I would have gotten you hot sauce, but you probably would have liked drinking that. So, yeah, cheers. Shit, this needs like an actual bottle opener. Did not realize that. And I got teeth. So yeah. We got our mystery drink. Now I'm gonna go through and I should probably actually start this up because we are sitting over here. Got a mystery drink and we are going to at some point probably this week I'm going to go through and put up new goals and everything. And I'm going to change the format of the sub goal because I don't want to do math. I don't want to have to click through on Twitch and go like, alright, so that much, plus that much, plus that, plus that. Especially because it's a lot of like 2s and 1s. Alright, so let's go over to here. I don't think I have the stuff for this, but it would be really funny to leave it there. Oh, I don't know what's good anymore. We got a decent set of characters. Alright, I know this one. That one. See, this is where the, this is where it's... Oh wait, it's 6. Alright, I can... Bop, for now. I don't know what the best set for a group of 5 would be with the chaos that we have. Alright, let's get this. I need to figure out how to get the circle.
조준은 필요 없지.
Alright, there might have to be a pause at some point where I go get a bottle opener because I don't know how to open this at all. Or without one, at least. I've seen people, like, open bottles with their teeth. Or, like, with the sides of tables.
재밌겠는데?
I usually do not have these kind of bottles. So.
대상 확인. 절침탄. 프렌치샷. 확산탄. 임상 시험 성공. 굴락의 목표로.
이거 금강 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
That does not work. Oh yeah, we have one. I just have to open it at some point. Yeah, I'm a little curious how far I'd be able to go if I just, like, got rid of everyone on the team except for him.
의지만 있다면.
Because it could be kind of funny. Especially because I don't think I even need to use any, like, skills. It could be pretty funny, just put him on there and leave it. Honestly, there's a chance it would be quicker of a fight than any of these. Do I have any coins? Fish.
몰라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
Welcome in. We have chaos drink, which really isn't a chaos drink. It's. I feel like I got off easy this time. Wait.
불길 속으로.
이제 깨우치시길. 유용하군요.
I wonder if I can open this with like a camera stand.
되겠냐고요.
대상 확인. 절침탄. 여유탄 횟수.
So. I feel like I should ask this. Do we want me to go and get this open now or later? Because I can probably find a, what's it called? A bottle opener pretty quickly. Let me actually get this going. So they were mermaids?
아마 파티에 너무 열중한 나머지 규칙을 지키는 걸 잊어버렸겠죠. 그래서
So they ended up getting devoured by a whale. And this deserted ship is the aftermath?
우리 배가 규칙을 어기지 않았어도 규칙을 어겨 파도에 덮쳐진 다른 배와 얽힌다면 어떤 파도냐에 따라서 덩달아서 피해를 볼 수 있어요.
I'll let this section go through. Your single lapse of judgment led to this chilling catastrophe. Once this section is over, I'll go and Giddo. Remembered Ishmael looking into the lake, muttering to herself. I also remembered the rough, biting words. This was the reality of the Great Lake that Ishmael had survived before joining us. A place where even the smallest mistake meant total annihilation. A place where one must struggle endlessly to survive the terrible unknown. So this was the kind of path Ishmael sailed before joining us. If only I'd known. maybe I could have been more understanding of her. I keep going back to my quarrel with Ishmael back at Boatworks.
내려온 인어들은 처리했지만 시간을 지체한다면 저것이 이제 우리를 노리려 들 것이다. 파티는 끝났다. 복귀하도록 하지.
We'll have the cruise ship as fast as we could. After an indeterminate amount of time. So, we didn't find anything? Made the wrong call. Shouldn't have made such a rash decision.
됐어요. 살아남았으면.
That was that. Ishmael did say
그래도
more.
물자는 더
Didn't say
챙길
more.
수 있었어.
어이, 레이더 상에 아까는 잡히지 않았던 커다란 것이 잡힌다.
좌표의 중앙과 현저히 가깝네요.
그렇다면 이 점이
21구의 로보토미 지부겠군.
잠깐 밖에서 바람 좀 쐬고 올게요.
Ishmael slowly returned to the spot by the ship's railing, where she stood muttering to herself. For a moment, wondered if I should follow her, like I did earlier, but... Maybe she wanted some time alone to think about things. I decided to leave her be.
정신 꽉 잡아. 자꾸 감정을 내비쳐서는 안 돼. 내 단 하나의 목표를 이루기로 했잖아. 작사를 그렇게 갈아냈는데. 더 차가워지고 날카로워져야 해. 나에게는 꼭 이루어야 할 목표가
Oh,
있고
hang on.
그걸
We got
방해하는
it.
것들, 방해가 될 만한 것들은
Also, welcome in. Hope your lurk is fun. Alright, we might have gotten it. Haha! Got a bottle opener.
경미한
I got a
손실을
bottle
제외한
opened
완벽에 가까운
with a
제압이었어.
camera stand.
이제 말씀하셨던 야근을 속히
어이,
What?
알후가 탈출했다. 팀장이 나설
Did
차례.
not realize that sound was gonna play.
다음에는 류슈 팀원에게도 육체적
I didn't realize I could do
가능한
that.
무기의 승인을 검토해
Or,
주십시오.
I didn't realize it would be that easy to do that. Otherwise, I wouldn't have been too worried about this. Alright. So, you got soda, right? Yes. Got, Aritos. I think that's how it's pronounced. I really did get off easy when it came to, I destroyed this bottle cap. When it came to, I guess challenge drinks. Okay. We're gonna drink some before going into this. It's probably going to be good. It's probably fully normal soda. I apparently some demon by drinking some of this. Can't tell if you guys can hear her in the mic. Hang on, let me turn that off for a second. See if she's gonna do it again. You wanna scream again? You wanna make little squeaky toy noises? Apparently not. Alright. Let's turn that back on. Yeah, it's just soda. It's honestly rather good soda too. Alright, so challenge completed, I guess. It really was a rather easy one. Or for the next goal, if it's another, like, drink thing, I'm just gonna set it to something. But so usually twist stops. This one is not. It's a glass bottle. It's, it had one of the, like, tops that you had to pop off. If it was a twist top, we would have had 0 problems. Yeah.
아, 저거겠군.
Honestly, out of all the flavors, it's also one of the probably less kooky ones. I don't actually know what flavors there are. It's basically just grapefruit so I can't pronounce soda.
우리의 목적지 유사 로보토미 지부.
파일럿이가 말씀하신 생존자분들 안전하게 계실까요?
살 수 있는 시간은 충분하오. 별일이 없었다면.
As Sinclair and Yiseng shared their thoughts, a large structure loomed even ever closer, held the midst and into our line of sight.
오, 그리 피하군.
Every sinner, save for Ryoshu, froze. Hello,
그러니까
demon. Hi.
저게
I see that you want
로보토미
attention.
지부라는 말이?
좌표 범위에서 한없이 중앙에 가까울 뿐더러 전달받은 정보와 크기감이 일치하는 것을 보아서는 그렇습니다.
Sight was enough to shut everyone up. To hope that there may be any survivors in this structure was far too optimistic.
흰 물체들의 사이로 로보토미 코퍼레이션의 문양을 확인할 수 있다.
그럼 진짜로 저게
Only the smeared logo of the Lobotomy Corp branch glistened amidst the mounds of pallid, blasphemous white. This is undeniable reality.
겪으면 저런 꼴이 될 수 있는 거야?
파일럿 씨의 이야기대로라면 쌍갈고리 해적단원들이 이곳을 떠나기 전 마지막으로 남긴 말이 재앙이 오고 있다 였었나요?
우리가 일을 시작한 지 얼마 되지 않았을 적의 일이 생각나는구려. 이런 생체 조직이 들러붙은 분위기가 사뭇 흡사하군.
디사 지부 때? 그때처럼 안에 독가스가 차 있거나 하진 않으려나?
당시에는 배신자가 있었던 것뿐이다. 이번 상황과 비교하기에는 적합한 비교군이 아니다.
상황은 더 심하면 심해지 덜하지는 않을 것 같은데.
그럼 파일럿 씨의 동료분들은
인어가 되진 않았으면 다행이겠군.
So, the calamity that Pilot mentioned didn't destroy the Lobotomy Corp branch. It overtook it, transformed this place into something uncanny. Something so grotesque that total obliteration would have been preferable to whatever happened here.
세상에는 다양한 형태의 재앙이 있기 마련이니까. 이 대호수에서는 5가지 재앙이 존재한다. 아, 이제는 내게려나.
무슨 뜻이오?
뜻은 차차 알게 될 거다.
재앙은 아무리 조심하고 피하려 해도 찾아오는 법이에요. 그것들은 규칙대로 움직이지 않아도 되는 힘을 가져서 불현듯 찾아오니까요.
지금은 그 재앙이 남기고 간 지옥 속으로 직접 노를 저어 들어갈 시간이군. 로보토미 지부는 바로 옆 호수니 쪽배를 타고 가도록. 만일의 상황을 대비해 나는 이 호수에서 거리를 두고 대기하고 있도록 하지.
Isn't that exactly why you should be coming with us?
저 양반 수업을 누가 알겠어?
During quick tinkering from Foss, the skiff tied to the side of Mephistopheles began its slow descent. It's the same skiff that we used to get to the cruise ship.
이 배는 여러모로 자주 쓰게 되네요.
조망만 해서 아까도 그랬지만 영 미덥지 않단 말이지.
Small engine on the skiff revved gently, and our short, sputtering journey to the Lobotomy Corp branch began.
호수에는 원래 안개가 많이 끼나요? 아까 호수도 그랬고.
주의하는 것이 좋겠소. 안개 속에서 갑작스레 나타나는 것은 모험의 기본 공식이니.
This was a growing sense of trepidation among the sinners. As we climbed the pale membrane-enveloped stairs leading up to the Lobotomy Corp branch.
어때 단테? 황금가지 느껴져?
Not yet.
확실해?
Rodeo was visibly disappointed. Maybe she was half hoping that I'd tell her that the Golden Bough wasn't here. So we should turn around and head right back to Mephistopheles.
이런데 올 때마다 내가 유난 떠는 것 같긴 하지만 이번엔 좀 더 기분이 안 좋단 말이지.
Closer we got to the entrance, the more reluctant the sinners' gates became. As though they were growing increasingly wary that some unseen enemy would ambush them at any second.
뭐 하자는 거죠? 안 갈 건가요?
너는 아무렇지 않은 거야? 우리가 느끼는 이 감각 오히려 너같이 호수에 익숙한 사람이라면 더 강하게 느끼곤 하지 않아?
그래서 안 갈 건가요?
야,
안 갈 사람은 여기에서 기다리던가요.
아저씨, 한참 전부터 저 자식은 말이 안 통했었는데 뭘 기대한 거야?
좀 협조적으로 바뀐 것 같아서 착각이었나?
가긴 가야지.
Mel appeared to be the only sinner uninterested in the Golden Bough. The Golden Bough, the unfathomable, bone-chilling horrors of the lake. Starting to believe that she considered all of that nothing but obstacles between her and her mission.
건물 전체를 덮고 있는 이 흰색 점막 같은 건 무엇이요?
곰팡이 같은 걸까요?
뭐
균류라고 하기에는 다른 특징들을 지녀야 할 터.
내가 보아도 균류의 형태로는 보이지 않는군. 오히려 살아있는 생체 조직으로 보이는군. 혈관이 마구잡이로 생긴 것 같은 느낌.
Yeah, I feel like in this situation we should just like get some fire or something.
못들이 많나.
I don't know how worth it is
무슨
to go
의미지?
in here. But, you know, can of hairspray, a lighter,
패턴이 있을 거라고 보나.
get rid of it.
전체를 봐라 멍청이.
전체를 생각한다면 이렇게 필요치 않은 담론으로 힘만 빼는 것이 더 불필요해 보이는구려. 그대들도 멈출 생각은 아니지 않은가? 저기 이스마엘 양은 이미 저만큼 갔다네.
Alright, got that area cleared. Let's run on to the next. Believe we only have 10 left, if I remember it. I kind of want to do a thing. I am curious if it worked for a specific reason. It was... Current average level is 35, recommended is 36. We'll be fine.
제한 명령 지역으로 이동.
We're already doing a dumb thing. If it doesn't work out, I can just bounce all of those up to 40. Dawn had stopped dead in her tracks. She was looking blankly at a section of the wall.
흥미로운 거라도 발견한 거야, 꼬맹이?
여기 벽에
어?
사람이 들어있어.
모형 아니야?
Here she's
모형이
looking like
이렇게나
here
생동감을
then.
가질 수
'Cause there are a
있다면
couple people in that
내가
wall.
무릎을 꿇고 제자로 드리라고 하겠어.
잠시만요. 설마 이 사람 파일럿 씨가 찾던
이보시오! 괜찮은 것인가? 대체 거기에 말을 왜 거는 거야?
I feel like this is a different spot.
이것 보시오! 이자 살아있어! 진짜 나 이렇게 소화 안 되는 기분 느끼는 거 오랜만이야.
To be honest, if that guy's alive, he probably does not want to be alive anymore. Depending on how soon this has occurred.
잘라내지
Recovery
않고서
services.
꺼내놓을 방법이 있나 싶은데.
뭐라?
뭐 한두 번 보는 경험도 아니지 이제는.
단단히 벽에 박혀 있다. 일반적인 힘으로는 분리조차도 어렵다. 하지만 일반적이지 않은 힘으로는 반드시 이들의 형체가 부서진다.
용서할 수 없는 악의 소행이로군.
억지로 쑤셔넣은 흔적은 없어 보이는데 놀라워. 아주 자연스럽게 전시되어 있군. 원래 이렇게 태어났던 것처럼 말이지.
이번에야말로 구할 수 있을 거라고 약속까지 했는데.
Like the other sinners, Ishmael didn't even spare a glance at those who were trapped within the walls.
관리자님, 저것들을 쳐다보고 있다고 황금 가지가 나타나는 것도 아닌데 전진하자고 말씀 좀 하시죠.
Guess there's nothing we can do about
저는
them
누누이
for now.
말했어요.
Still.
쓸데없이 시간을 쏟고 싶지 않다고.
이곳에선 호수의 규칙을 신경 쓰지 않아도 될 텐데 좀 더 느긋하게 가도.
둘러봐도 역시 아무도 없는 게 확실할 테니까요.
여기 있지 않은가?
살아있는 척하는 것들이잖아요.
하면
이건 아무리 봐도 그것이고 그것이 지나간 자리에 멀쩡한 사람이 있을 리 없고 그것은 순식간에 모든 걸 집어삼키기도 하지만 다시금 뱉어내기도 하죠. 그리고 그렇게 토해내는 것은 결코 온전한 형태가 될 수 없다고. 웃기잖아요. 그렇게 뱉어낼 거라면 애초에 삼키는 것조차 하지 말던가. 왜 마주하는 온갖 것을 다 삼키려고 하는지조차 모르겠어.
Are you talking about the same whale you mentioned before?
그 어떤 모험담에도 그런 어마무시한 고래에 대한 이야기는 없었어. 정말 고래가 맞는가?
그러게 준비가 더 필요하다고 말할 때 듣지 그랬어요. 적어도 마음가짐이라도 달리 먹었을 텐데.
So you're saying that the whale you met devoured this building?
네,
How can we be sure of that?
그 고래가 지나온 모든 길은 지금처럼 하얀 모습으로 뒤덮이니까요.
거수자 발견.
환상체일까요? 여기가 로보토미 지부인 만큼.
그래, 차라리 환상체라고 생각하고 다 썰어버리는 게 낫겠다.
잠깐만요. 생존자일 수도 있어요.
뭐지? 이 안에 인간은 남아있을 리 없다 하지 않았나?
그래서 더 놀라워서 그래요.
어이!
Ishmael, you shouldn't get so close to... Ishmael stride towards the figure.
이스마엘 씨가 뭔가 환상체 같은 정신적인 것에 당하신 거 아닌가요?
그런 징후는 없었다. 저자의 눈빛은 지극히 평소와 같다.
The closer Ishmael gets, the more the figure's body is taken over by the pallid off-white membrane, voice growing increasingly incoherent.
말도 안 돼. 분명 방금까지 사람의 말을 하고 있었어요.
Ishmael?
봤잖아요. 분명.
Here, package? Alright, thank you for that. But Ishmael, you have to get away from...
이럴 리가 없어.
I don't know if we're in the middle of the talking
내가
section.
알고 있는 게
They'll be heavily on
이 호수에선
Dante.
지금은 감정의 동요가
Wait for this one to go
발생했다.
through. Damn it, Ishmael! Could have asked one of the sinners to stop her, but before I even realized what I was doing, I was running towards Ishmael. I think it was guilt that pushed me to act. Guilt that I may have played a part in driving Ishmael to this point.
단테, 그대가 나서서는
But guilt can sometimes help. The figure's face shifted again when I approached Ishmael. White membrane covering its face began to withdraw, as though an unseen force is peeling it off the skin. The mouth didn't come back, but the eyes looked at us were unmistakably human-shaped. They were blinking with effort.
되돌아왔어. 관리자님이 가까이 다가가니까 사라졌어요. 이 망할 흰색의 껍데기가.
황금 가지에 의한 중화작용으로 보이는군요.
Okay, so we do have one in our head. Ross approached us.
단테 씨의 머릿속에 있는 그 황금 가지의 조각은 미력할지라도 이 백화 현상을 중화시키는 효과가 있는 것 같습니다.
Figure whose mouth was still wrapped under the pallid membrane blinked wearily, so that they could understand what we were saying.
중화요? 아니, 그럼 황금 가지가 있으면 이 인어가 지금 다시 사람으로 돌아올 수 있다고 그런 말을 하는 거죠?
Yeah, maybe we should have.
제가 잘 이해했어요?
We should have
파우스트
her have maybe like
충분한
a hallway
검증은
buddy.
되진 않았지만
가능성
You know, have someone stick near her just to
말씀해 주세요.
make sure she doesn't do anything reckless. It was courage. I've never heard such intense desperation in her voice before. I still have to do the streamer care package. Just need a good point to do it.
적어도 이곳을 먹고 지나갔다고 추정되는 고래의 인어들은 돌아올 수 있다고 판단됩니다.
관리자 단테님, 진짜 당신 뭐 하는 사람이죠? 꾸역꾸역 밀어넣으려고 노력했던 그날의 기억이 어쩌면 해결법이 있었을 거라는 생각에 자꾸만 눈앞에서 그려지잖아요. 저 고래에게 토해져 버린 채로 가라앉거나 떠다니고 있을 그들이.
Ishmael looked at me with a vacant expression.
당신에겐 들리는 거죠? 그날의 파도 소리가.
Ishmael's right. Notions of the past began flooding, roaring before me. Ishmael. She stands alone. Sea of tall, rolling waves. Hey, welcome in. I nod carefully.
저는 항해사였죠.
Alright, I should put
해결사기도
this
했고
now.
뱃사람이기도 했고 그런 어중간한 걸 우리는 고래잡이라고 불렀어요. 아세요? 아니, 보이세요? 모든 걸 걸고 있거나 아무것도 걸 것이 남아있지 않은 사람들의 표정이. 그런 것들을 태우고 파도를 가르는 게
Alright, thanks for the stream care package. So you've seen it yourself. The whale that devoured this place.
지금까지 우리가 만났던 고래들은 사람을 삼키면 아예 자신의 것을 재구성하여 바뀌게 만들죠. 하지만
I just have to drink some
그
drink.
고래는 달라요. 그 창백한 고래에게 삼켜진 이들은 하얀 막에만 감싸진 채 모두 그 형태가 온전하게 남아 있었어요. 그걸 온전하다고 하긴 좀 그런가. 외곽을 향해 키를 조정할 때가 간혹 있었죠. 그러면 그 온전한 척하는 배들이 바다에 떠 있죠. 선체 전체가 하얗게 변해버린 배가요. 고래잡이 사이에선 그런 배를 만나면 호수를 이리저리 돌아가는 한이 있더라도 반드시 피하라는 이야기가 전설처럼 전해져 오죠. 그 배는 원래 타고 있던 선원이 가지고 있던 습성이나 능력은 바뀌지 않은 채 그저 호수를 돌아다니는 다른 것들을 습격하는 것이 목적이 된 채로 돌아다니니까. 우리에게 피쿼드호의 선장이었던 자가 있어요. 그자의 목표가 그거였죠. 자기 손으로 그 창백한 고래를 잡는 것. 그 안에서 생활하는 내내 그자는 그 고래를 잡아내는 것이 얼마나 가치 있고 대단한 일인지 설교를 늘어놨죠. 귀가 따갑기도 했고 저자가 제정신이 아니라는 것도 알 수 있었지만 아니지. 어쩌면 우리를 미치게 하는 방법을 정확하게 알고 있던 걸지도 모르겠네요. 어느새 우리도 그 창백한 고래를 잡는 것만이 인생의 유일한 구원이자 숙명이 되었죠. 배 안에 모두를 미쳐버리게 만든 거예요. 그 선장은. 결국 우리는 미움과 모든 악을 뿜어낸다는 그 고래를 마주하게 되었고 모든 것은 처참하게 부서지고 집어삼켜져 버렸죠. 차가운 물속에서 나무 토막을 부여잡고서야 제정신이 돌아왔을 때 눈앞에는 아무것도 남지 않았어요. 아무것도. 붙잡고 있던 것이 그저 나무 토막이 아니었다는 걸 깨닫고서야. 그래서 용서가 되지 않아.
At a certain point, this stopped being a conversation. Ishmael's words grew increasingly aimless, like a vortex of the sea, endlessly whirring in place. Now that it was clear what Ishmael's mission was, where the tip of her thing was aimed at the captain that drove them all to damnation, an overwhelming tide of hatred and obsession burned fiercely in her direction.
내 손으로 죽여야만 해요.
There's no room for reason or rationality to convince her otherwise. I suppose, bringing up that I saw from Ishmael's obsession, a glimpse of her old captain. Won't do anything to help right now. Ishmael, you don't even know if that captain is still alive. No.
모든 걸 나누었던 동료의 관짝을 붙잡고
Demon!
살아남아 버렸을 때 마지막까지 그 새끼는
Why are you like
먹혀가는 배
this?
안에서 혼자 그것과 맞서 싸우면서 웃고 있었어요.
Luckily, I don't think
그렇게
you could see
목숨 바쳐
anything from
따르던
this.
서만들은 바다와 외곽 위를 떠다니며 먹혀갔는데
You go back over here.
한중에도 없었지. 그놈은
Let me just check and make sure that nothing was
살아있을
there.
수밖에 없어. 살아 있어야만 해. 그러니까 찾아야 해.
You stay in timeout. No, I'm not giving you attention.
우리는 그 선장을 죽일 때까지
You stepped on my keyboard.
절대로.
Ishmael. I wanted to ask her which we she was referring to, but I'm starting to think that nothing I say would improve anything. I didn't outright bring everything crashing down. That was when an imperceptible light breeze broke through the silence. A solitary butterfly. It moved with grace, tinged with fragility, as though it did not fear something. It took a moment to gently flutter onto a puddle.
나비네요.
보통의 나비가 이런 곳을 날아다니고 있을 거라고 생각하나?
After a quick respite, the butterfly fluttered its wings and took off once again.
마치 따라오라는 것 같아요.
한성체가 코빼기도 안 보이더니 드디어 나타난 건가?
Might be a trap. But we're lost. It's the only thing with sense of direction we have at the moment.
찬성하겠소. 나 개인에게도 궁금함이 생겨.
이들은 계속 무슨 말을 하는 걸까요?
무어라 하고 있지는
Don't
않았소.
mind me, I'm checking to make sure that
네, 듣고 있었네만.
there was nothing on
일정한
there I have to
규칙성을 띠고
worry
있긴
about.
하지만 해석은 불가능하군요. 일종의 부호 같은 느낌이죠. 음파와 암호 패턴의 체계를 활용하고 있으니까요.
Yeah, we're safe. We're safe. Dawn was at the far back end of the line, looking back at the figure.
정령 관리자 나리와 꼭 붙어 있지 않으면 해결되지 않을
Hey,
일이었던
welcome
것
in.
같네.
Oh, he's at 7 stream strand. When we walked away, the pallid membrane grew over the face. It began to shamble. Is it as Ishmael said? Will they now roam the Great Lake, attacking everything they see? Not only their physical senses, but also their sense of self were gotten deep into the pallid membrane. Yeah, 7 stream streak. That's very cool, very nice. I don't have to worry about anything over here. But you, demon, are still banned. Alright. Time to see if the funny works. Put that there. Oh, the funny's not gonna work. I don't get the extra ones just yet. Alright.
필중의 의지만 있다면 조준은 필요 없지.
Wait, I have to remember the thing. Alright, let's see. We have 2. So let's send... Oh, wait, no, I can't decide things! Oh, we're screwed.
필중 의지만 있다면
If it was a different kind of fight, we would have been good, but this is not gonna work.
한방을 요청합니다.
We don't have control over the movements.
처분탄에 맞거나 관리 중에 사망할 거라 생각했습니다만 마지막까지 희귀한 경험을.
Alright. If I could consistently guarantee what side it
포자지어에
was.
실패했습니다.
Yeah.
관리자님,
Confess.
1벌이 17, 현재 21마리까지 관측됩니다.
If I could guarantee
녹색아
what kind of
이럴 것 같아서 대기 타고 있었지.
fight it was.
제한
Enter,
명령 지역으로
skip,
이동.
and maybe it would work. Wait, no, we already got through this part of the conversations. Let's skip to the fights.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
I will say I'm a little bit sad that I can't just like charge everything on one person.
재밌겠는데?
Let's get that going.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
조준은 필요 없지.
되겠냐고요.
대상 확인, 철침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공. 굴라 개방을 목표로.
하고들
Let's
시간이다.
get that going.
잔후에 탕탕
How we doing, Chad?
이걸로 제가 받군.
We having fun so far?
공간 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
불가
Let's send
위야
those.
막아내지 못하리.
대상 확인, 철침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공. 여유탄 개수, 조준은 필요 없지.
I like all the cat emojis. They're so cute. I like these with especially. Little cats with glow sticks. Or do they have a different name? Because like glow sticks are the ones that it's just
완벽에 가까운
a stick and the
제압이었습니다.
entire thing glows. Are those
이제
like glow wands
말씀하셨던 야간을
instead?
속히
어이, 알후가 탈출했다.
Is there a difference between them?
팀장이 나설 차례로군.
I have no idea. I'll have to look that up later.
다음에는
I
류슈
say that.
팀원에게도
I should probably level these
육체적
up.
파격이 가능한 무기의 승인을
I say that, I'll probably
검토해
forget to
주십시오,
level those up.
관리자님.
Or look that up later. Alright, let's go into, I guess we have to hold down. Let's see. I think we want to be at level 40. Yeah. It says that's max level. Is it actually max level? Yes. As long as you aren't more than 5 levels under leveled, it's usually fine. True. I just don't want to keep getting that notification of, hey, mister, do you realize you're 1 level lower than what you should be at? Are you sure you want to fight? You positive? Are you positive? Because we could come back later. Yeah, I don't want to hear this. I don't want it to give me the note every single time. So for now, yes, we are going to do this. We're gonna be over leveled. And it'll be fine. Because we're not gonna get the, are you sure? Positive? I might honestly want to leave some at, since this is max level, I might want to leave some of these at like 38, 39. Because they'll level up naturally too. So let's actually leave you at 38. You at about the same place. That way these two can still level up. Save myself a little bit of material. But yeah, I don't want to go into here every time. It's just like, are you sure that's who you want to bring in? I can wait. No, we're just gonna bring them in. It's like 1 extra button press, but it's gonna annoy me.
불길 속으로.
Let's get those going.
필중의 의지만 있다면.
I should have a spam win rate with these. Just for the funnies.
탕.
이중 격발.
The only thing is, there isn't really another,
군락의 방어를 목표로.
This is kind of the only game that would work for. I'll save it for now.
조주는 필요 없지.
그 오물을
Those.
불가
That
위야
cross.
막아내지 못하리. 훌륭하군요.
대상 확인. 철침탄. 탄원 고갈. 대상 확인, 철침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공, 여유탄 회수.
펜. 이걸로 제가 팠군.
Let's just do
하고들
this right now.
시간이다. 잔무에.
이제 깨우치시게.
여유탄 회수.
다 죽어라.
이거 분강 맞지?
Yeah, I figured this is about how it was gonna go. There's always a point in every fight where you can just realize, oh yeah, I can just call it here.
점점 인어들의 숫자가 적어지고 있어요.
Someone stood there, waiting for us. Must have arrived here much earlier than we have.
오시는 길이 영 편치는 않았겠소.
Butterfly we were following folded its wings and settled gently into his sloshing head. The figure's voice was clear and precise, unlike that of the mermaids, and not like an abnormality.
멀쩡한 생존자는 없을 거라고 했는데.
No, wait, is he a distortion?
야, 시계 대가리. 저거 네 친구야?
Fishbowl
틀림이면
very much is.
똘붕이네 닭집 사장 같은 존재인가?
놀람이 많구려. 이건 세상을 받아들이는 방법 중 하나일 뿐이니
I'm assuming he's evil.
그렇게 솟아칠 이유가 되진 않겠소만.
I feel like there's never a good guy in this game.
머리가
You know, you meet someone,
찰랑거려.
you assume they're on your side, and then they just, like, turn around and try and kill you.
언젠가 맞아 그날을 기다리고 있는 내 이름은 림이라 불러줘.
통성명할 생각은 없으니 질문만 하도록 하지. 이곳에 온 이유를 대라. 미친 인어들만 존재하는 이곳에 뚜렷한 이유 없이 온 것은 아닐 테지. 분명 시추선에 정박해 있는 건 우리가 타고 온 보트 단 한 척뿐이었다. 그런데 니놈은 어떻게?
내가 바다를 건너려고 한다면 배는 필요 없다네. 이곳은 순전히 그대들을 보기 위해 온 것이지.
와, 인기가 많아진 기분인걸요?
그대들은 가지의 황금빛이 비추는 곳을.
So I will say, I am not
그걸 알면서 우리를 보러
too
왔다는 건
aware of all the details of Moby Dick.
설마 그거야?
Is he
우리에게
referencing
황금가지가 어디
someone
있는지를
or something
알려주겠다는?
in there?
아니 딱 봐도 그걸
Because
방해하려고
usually
왔다는 게 더 맞는
there's like a connection when they put characters in here.
요새 왜 이러지? 아 참.
가지를 이 건물 안에서 찾으려고 한다면 그저 시간의 무용함만 깨닫게 될 것이오.
Still can't sense the golden bow in this deep into the branch. Is truth what he said?
그렇다면 어디로 가야 한다는 것인가?
More will be explained later. Cool.
가지에 이끌리는 게 비단 그대들 뿐이 아니라는 건 진작에 겪었겠소. 심지어 겨우 얻은 하나를 빼앗기기도 하였지.
어떻게 그것까지 아는 거죠?
All you need to know is Room is
본래는
looking for a
물건만을
job with
떠들어야
a
할 고래도
that's
그 영롱한 눈부심을
I mean, you can come work with us. Maybe.
황금 가지로 인해 외곽에 있어야 했던 그 고래가 둥지
Seems
안에
to be in the
이 유사
know.
호수까지 왔다는 말인가?
틀림없이. 그리고 이 건물에 있던 갸냘픈 가지는 그것에게 통째로 삼켜졌지. 여기에다
To be honest, why does he look like the TF2 spy?
의 몸을 맡겨 웅대하고도 가녀린 고래와 함께
I would pull a
떠났다.
picture up if I had one just like ready to
자네들이
go.
쫓는 것은 이미 이곳에 자리하지 않네.
그런 정보를 왜 저희에게
Did you get the
알려주시는
joke?
걸까요?
I don't know. I was distracted by this.
황금 가지가 누구의 손에 들어가든 그 쓰임이 어떻게 되든 그건 작은 날갯짓에 불과하네. 우린 단지 그 날갯짓의 울림을 좀 더 나은 방향으로 이끄는 것이지.
우리? 누굴 말하는 거지?
모든 걸 지켜보며 때를 기다리는 별의 주인 될
To
자들이요.
be honest, I'm paying a little less attention down here and a little more attention up here while he's talking.
별이 될 수 없는 우리지.
Maybe he's looking for a job.
지켜본다라.
Yeah, I'm missing the joke. He's saying, "Shall a silent glance?"
림,
Room stretch.
그렇다면 그대는 구인회의 끝에 대해서도 알고 있는가? 과거의 벗들이
I feel like I'm like.
어떻게 무너져 버렸는지 아느냔 말일세.
알고 있어.
I feel like I'm.
그 또한
Okay, so that is the right one. Yeah. Okay, yes, I did get it.
이상 씨, 혹시 당신의
I
예침이 좀
understood the joke.
하나였나요?
I just
그대들도 잠시 겪었던 면면이요. 구인회가 분열될
a
때
little bit slow.
뿔뿔이 흩어졌던 이들 중 하나. 내게는 바다로 간다 이야기하여 놓고
Or at least if I'm not certain, I am not going to immediately
그중 하나이기도 했지. 대답해주겠네.
admit that I recognize it.
내가
Unless I'm
지켜보기만
certain that's what the
하였는가.
joke is supposed to be.
그것은 오문이요. 자네는 구인회가 끝장이 났다 하였으나 그것은 누군가에게 또한 시작이었을 테요.
Like, so he can work with us.
잘알 텐데.
Second character with no actual
끝인가
no
시작인가.
head here.
그것을 객관하여 정해 놓는 건 이다지도 의미가 없어. 깨짐은 영지형에게도 시작이었을 터.
Text probably part.
그대는 일찌감치 내다 버렸다는 것이지.
I mean,
세상의 줄기를 볼 수 있게 된 걸세.
you can steal.
간결하고 중요한 단 하나의 줄기. 그것만 느낄 수 있게 된다면 그 외의 것들은 그저 낙화와 같이 덧없는 것이지.
이거 하나만 대답해 주세요. 당신의 말대로 이곳을 삼킨 고래가 황금 가지를 먹었다면, 그리고 그 가지가 정말로 이 백화 현상을 덜어주는 게 맞다면,
Shma's breathing was quick and light. She couldn't finish her sentence.
당신이 생각하고 바라고 있는 것이 옳다겠어.
그렇군요.
이정표는 이쯤이면 되었겠지.
또 어디론가 다름하는가?
Hypothetically, could his head be used as a
그때는
bowling ball?
바다와 강과 도시가 어디에 있는지만 알고 고여 있기만
Like, I'm assuming it's probably not made of something that's super easy to just break, because who would have their head be made out of like
잠깐.
actual just
그런
plain
정보를 아는
glass?
놈을 호락호락 보내줄 것 같은가?
You bump into one wall and you're just
유감이요.
done.
지금은 손에 움켜 쥐어도 나는 흘러내려 담을
It is
수가 없어.
uncertain considering the bowl is floating.
그럼
Well, I mean, if it's floating, that. With that, he stepped into the puddle and disappeared into the steps. I mean, it's floating, sure, but that just means that it's not technically connected, so there's likely some sort of celestial
경미한
being.
손실을
So,
제외하면 완벽에 가까운 제압이었습니다.
I mean,
이제 말씀하셨던 야근을 속히
어이,
still take him with,
알후가
maybe.
탈출했다. 팀장이
I'm cool
나설
with,
차례로군.
like, extra person added into this.
류슈 팀원에게
Probably not someone to like fight with, but just having like another one around, you know?
깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Held bipedals began to
저자의
fill the
영향으로
void
인해
of something I was
인어들이
not reading
습격하지
properly.
않았던 것으로 짐작된다.
어째서였을까?
이성이 휘발되어도 어떤 에너지의 흐름에 대한 본능은 남아있을지도 모른다는 추론만이 가능하군요.
겁이라도 먹었다는 건가?
Sinclair, on his forehead, there was
네,
one who dissected Cromer with the flick of his wrist. One who silently approached me to talk. I remembered that one, marked with a bright red sign. I'm gonna be honest, I did not see that on his forehead. Alright, let's get through this fight.
파고들 시간이다. 잔우에.
이거 분강 맞지? 아니요.
아무튼 슬램!
좋아.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
저주는 필요.
I'm starting to realize that this might be a better drink for yeah, I can just do this. At that point. It might be a better choice of drinks for a quote challenge drink. A goal drink, whatever it would be called.
저주는 필요 없지.
Because it's soda. And I don't know about you guys, but things like soda, when you have to kind of consistently talk, they do not mix well. So there is a side to it. There's a part of it that would be considered challenge. Especially when you take into account, like, sodas usually have you want to drink soda out of Rim's bowl? I'm gonna just keep my mouth shut.
속사.
It does make me curious if he would be able to, like, switch out whatever liquids inside of his head. Or if that would affect him. Like, looking at what it was, I'd probably assume it was some kind of, like, water. Or something decently close to water. What would happen if, like, his head was drained and he filled it with something else? Like, we can just write this.
막아내지 못해 이제 깨우치게.
다 죽어라.
If he did empty it and fill it with soda, would, like, everything be... I mean... Honestly, I was thinking more like one of those what are they called? The ramen
모처럼
sodas.
괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니
And then just drop like a
벌써
marble in
애를
his head, see
전부
what happens.
채웠군. 방지할 사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나. 돌아가지.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
가세!
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
훌륭하군요.
이중격발.
Oh, I can just kind of.
재밌겠는데?
이중격발.
이거 분강 맞지?
Alright, well, I think he's lost all power over me because I am now just thinking about
아무튼 슬램!
like what it would look like to have like different types of drinks, replacing like the water in his head.
굴락의 방을 목표.
It's a simple enough design that you could probably like mix and match pretty easily. Hey, welcome in. Yeah, let's see. Yeah, it's this one, that one.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
속삭.
정신 차리게. 그 장부에 따르면 냉정스레 죽여야 하니까.
여유탄 회수.
다 죽어라. 다 죽어라.
You know, if he actually can switch out what kind of liquid is in his head. Curious if he would just like switch it depending on like whoever he feels that day, you know? Like sometimes it's coffee, sometimes it's tea.
하고들 시간이다. 잔우에. 몰라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못해도 속삭.
I'm very glad that I noticed something. We're gonna have to keep you out of the red zone. All of these were glowing, or like flash glowing, other than this one. So I was gonna be like, huh, all of these are glowing except for that one. And I look over and this says -44. Okay. Very glad that I noticed the glowing, specifically then. That was almost disastrous.
하고들 시간이다. 잔우에. 몰라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못해도.
Yeah, welcome in. It's a very normal conversation.
대상 확인, 절침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공.
이제 깨우치시길.
Back there.
불길 속으로.
대상 확인, 절침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공. 여유탄,
다 죽어라.
무능하군요. 무능하군요. 이제 깨우치시길.
정신 차리게. 장부에 따른 이걸로 제가 바쁜.
써야 할 때가 왔군.
Alright. Small group. Should be easy enough. Honestly, this many attacks for this many enemies, I could probably just do that. And they're gonna be cleared out. Going through all of those, eventually it's not even
이제
bad.
깨우치시길. 무능하군요.
Say this perfectly with the fact we are on,
조준은 필요.
I think, attack 4 right now. And they're all dead.
횟수.
There's, at one point or another, you gotta just
림이라는
어떤
자의
샌들?
말대로 여기엔 황금 가지가 없어 보이네요. 제게도 가지에 대한 감각이 느껴진 건 없었으니까. 이제 어떻게 하실 거죠?
우리 외에
one
지구에
place where
남아 있는
advise
자들이
against that
모두
is dungeons,
오염되어 버린 것
because
같다.
here's over on that.
림이라는 사람 말이야. 그 표식이 있다는
I mean, I feel
건
like I don't really do that in dungeons.
지난번에 만났던
Unless
날아다니는
it's like
파란 꼬맹이랑 비슷한
one attack.
놈이라는 건데
I just don't.
괜찮을까?
확실히 결과적으로만 보면 저희를 도와주긴 했었죠.
I feel like I
아주
usually go
조용히
through
다가왔지만 말이에요.
most of the dungeons without using them.
우리가 뭘 어쩔 수 있지? 그렇네요. 저희가 할 수
I'm
있는 건
definitely, I think, more careful in
없었겠죠.
dungeons when it comes to
하지만
Sinclair.
데미안은 저희를 향한 악의는 없었던 것 같았어요.
뭐 내 놈한테만큼은 없었던 걸 수도.
관리자님, 그자가 믿을 수 있는 자인지는 어떠한 증거도 없습니다. 결국 그자들의 목적이 무엇인지 명확한 말도 없이 내빼지 않았습니까?
야, 그래도 얼굴 튼 사이니까 뭐라도 알 거 아냐. 뭐 없어?
내가 알던 그와는 너무도 달라진 터라 갈피를 잡지 못하겠어.
Let's get out of here first. It's pretty clear that the Golden Bow isn't here anymore.
남아있는 이들은 어떻게 되는 것인가?
우리가 손쓸 수는 없다.
They're gonna have to get eaten by the whale. Is the Golden Bow
알고는
inside of the whale?
있지만
네 생각 대충 알 것도 같지만 포기할 건 포기해라.
Or is the Golden Bow?
이미 늦은 것도
왜?
있는 법이더라. 살아보니까.
알겠어.
reason.
웬일이래? 남 위로도 다 할 줄 아는 사람일 줄이야?
알르니 죽지.
The Pallid Mermaid's unintelligible signals echoing behind us futilely. We decide to leave the Lobotomy Court branch. We will likely never understand them.
경미한 손실을 제외하면
You know, I still say on the way out we should just like light a match.
이제 말씀하셨던 야근을
Let it go.
어이, 알후가 탈출했다. 팀장이
And I feel like a lot of the if it's like some kind of
팀원에게도 육체적 타격이 가능한 무기의 승인을
mold or
검토해
mushroom or
주십시오,
something,
관리자님.
or like a fungus, I think we should be able to burn it pretty easily. You know, I feel like that's gonna be decently easy to just kind of delete.
불로 정화하고 깨끗한 세계를 세우라.
Logan Bell, no survivors.
허탕. 아니, 새로운 시선의 작품을 볼 수 있는 기회였으니 나쁘진 않았군.
뭐 괜찮지 않겠어? 보통 이렇게 털리는 경우는 다음부터 대박날 징조더라고.
아무래도 그 가지를 찾으려면은 호수 한복판을 해적거려야 할 것 같은데. 수영을 배웠어야 했나?
그자의 말대로라면 황금가지는 창백한 고래가 삼키고 갔다는 거예요.
정말 가는 것이오? 그 풍차만한 아니 십체만한 아니 성체만한
And at this point, you feel like I
창백한 고래를
understand
찾으러
what
말이오?
she's saying, but I thank you because I did not.
그만한 걸 우리가 잡을 수 있을까? 그리고 잡는다고 해도 황금가지는 어떻게 얻어? 다시 뱉으라고요? 돌아가는 편이
돌아간다고요?
그게
돌아가면 그 다음은 어떻게 하실 건가요? 뭐 황금가지를 포기한다?
I mean, we don't know where it
그렇게
is.
아무렇지 않게 없던 일로 하고 그 다음 작전으로 넘어간다? 황금가지를 이런 식으로 포기하는 게 이 집단에서 용인되었는지도 모르겠지만 그게 어찌 되었든 저는 돌아가지 않아요. 여기까지 내가 어떤 마음으로 버텨왔는데 이 망할 회사에 들어오고 줄곧 버티고 있던 이유는 항상 하나뿐이었어요. 파우스트, 당신은 알죠?
이스마엘 씨의 말씀대로 이 정도의 상황에서 황금가지 수복을 포기하는 건 허용되지 않습니다. 하지만 지금 당장은 어디론가 이동하지는 못할 겁니다. 베르길리우스 씨와 합류해서 추후에 대한 논의를 하는 편이 적합할 것 같네요.
그건가? 이번에도 그 거지 같은 호수의 규칙 때문이지?
네, 그렇습니다. 약 2시간이 남았군요.
참 잘했어요, 히스클리프 씨.
이런
Sudden shock shook everyone. Let's get out of here first.
무엇이오?
안개 너머로 선박 여러 척을 관측했다. 단 메피스토 팰레스의 윤곽은 아니다.
Pirates.
뭐야? 아니, 오발이라도 있었던 건가?
아니 잠깐만! 니네 그게 먼저냐? 원래 여기까지 물이 차 있지 않았었잖아!
As Heathcliff said, when we first got to the branch, the water level was down there, but now it's risen high enough that the waves were lapping at the platform we were standing on.
만조군요. 이 호수는 시간이 흐르면 수면이 높은 고저차로 오르내리는 현상이 있는 것 같습니다.
뭔가 발사되었다.
충격에 대비해라. 또 온다.
잘못 발사된 건 아니네.
Numerous harpoons suddenly rilled the ground we were on. We were being bombarded with harpoon shots, flung with Nary I care whether it hits someone or not. Risha parried a few harpoons away with the back of her sword, but there were simply too many.
걔 쌍가오리 녀석들인가? 끈질긴 거 하나만큼은 정말 존경스럽네.
관리자님, 당신이 기어코 살려두었던 그제가 부른 찌꺼기들이겠죠.
그런 말 마시오. 관리자 나리가 행했던 건 누구나 하기 어려운 숭고한 판단이었어.
잠깐, 조금만 머리를 굴려보면 알 수 있잖아. 우리가 호수에 묶여 있는 것처럼 저것들도 호수에 묶여 있을 거 아니야. 뭐 작살을 실컷 박는다고 해도 이 너머까지 배를 직접 끌고 오지 못하니까 그 사이에 뭐냐?
아니, 보통 해적들이 작살을 날리는 건 그런 의도가 아니죠.
They try to sink it? So that's how.
하하! 우리가 갈고리를 단 건 지금 같은 조질력을 위해서였다고. 작살 타고 싶은 사람 나요다.
All right. Let's see. Sadly, I don't think burning pirates is going to be as effective as burning fungi.
재밌겠는데?
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Actually, I'm negative 25 just to start. Is this an Ishmael thing?
트랜지션 확산탄 임상시험 성공.
Five less than speed. Start being 3 attack power. Got it. That should be helpful.
불길 속으로.
Send that there.
이중 격발.
되겠냐고요.
불길 속으로.
탕.
그 오물을 다 죽어라.
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
이중 격발. 여유탄 횟수.
New set of pirates.
불가 위야 막아내지 못하리.
이중 격발. 재장전.
펜.
열라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못하죠.
There's a demon screaming in my ear again. I don't know if it can be heard in the mic. Oh wait, there are like
불가 위야.
a portion of
조준은
them
필요 없지.
ready to just kind of get knocked down.
연락한 수.
다 죽어라.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라. 태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
다 죽어라.
Ooh, he's at 45. Yep, I was not paying close enough attention. Can I take these out before? Probably not. But look, at this point, I can hope that this will somehow manage to take it out before these hit.
대상 확인, 절침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공.
펜.
조준은 필요 없지.
We're getting too close. I don't think we're gonna be able to get out of this fight before that.
숲에 발을 들일 때는 조심했어야죠.
틈을 끊어.
엄마만큼은 못하지만 나도 녹이면서
Yeah, this one I
뵐수
can just
재밌겠는데?
do that. One person left. He'll take them maybe 3 turns. Or 3 moves, I guess.
이제 깨우치시길.
2 moves. Alright.
모처럼 괜찮은 예술을 보나 했더니 벌써 목, 애를 전부 채웠군. 방지할 사고도 해야 할 뒤처리도 없나.
Sufficient.
돌아가지.
Alright, we've run out. I do have the boxes, though. Is it better to use lunacy or boxes? Box gives a set amount. Boxes. Alright. Let's use 2 of them. That should get us through. I just do singles. 10 boxes. Oh. I will remember that for next time. Level average. Recommended is 40.
필두. 출진.
It's fine. Fending them off somehow, but clearly never spent lunacy on edge. I feel like I probably have. I usually don't have to get more lunacy.
저 가운데에 있는 배에 계속 눈길이 가네요.
Energy.
유독 화려한 건 다 그만큼의 이유가 있는 것이겠죠?
라라? 저기 저 가운데에 있는 사람 말이야.
Heraldia rarely ever shows this much fear and anxiety. A weird guy up there. He's been posing like that over there ever since the fullness started.
그런 게 아니야, 단테. 저 문신을 보고도 모르겠어? 저자는
중지의 접 형이군. 좁은 형님이 뭐죠?
작은 형님 아니야?
Specialist, fairly recent manager. Energy helps modules. It's a ton of rock. That is true. Just a mere mention or a mere sight of them alone seems to shock and intimidate a lot of people. Remember how they pretty much traumatized Pilot?
듣기로는요. 중지를 포함해서 손가락이라고 불리는 조직에 있는 사람들은 차원이 다르다고 들었어요. 직접 만나본 적은 없지만.
아니, 직접 만나는 것부터가 있어선 안 되는 일이야.
뭐 끝이라고 봐야지. 마지막 한계비를 피워야겠군. 다들 죽기 좋은 날씨 아닌가.
Yoshu? Even you?
마주해야 하는 일들이라면 담담하고 굳세게 받아내야 할 뿐일 것이오, 단테.
준비 운동은 끝났나?
형님께서 시간 줄 때 싸게 해라.
He's wearing sunglasses? This gloomy weather?
일동, 전열을 갖추도록. 관리자님, 이번 전투는 지금까지와는 양상이 다를 것 같습니다. 이럴 경우 지휘자의 신변을 안전하게 하는 것이 우선입니다. 좀 더 안전한 곳으로 피신하여 눈에 띄지 않게.
찌뿌둥하군. 이렇게 오래 걸릴 줄은 몰랐다.
협상을 원한다면 우리 쪽에서는 들어줄 용의가 있다.
악인과 협상을 하려 하더니 어찌?
그때 그 친구하고는 입장이 완전히 반대가 됐군.
작은 형님이 진짜 올 줄은 몰랐는데.
그래, 내가 왔다. 난 말이다. 지금까지 인생의
Wait, is
대부분을
this where I have
중지에
the
바치면서
Dawn skin
단
from?
하나 깨뜨릴 수 없는 철칙이 있었다. 하지만 오늘부로 그
card
철칙이
identity.
산산조각 나고 말아버렸다. 너희가 내
Same
개인 금고를 털어가는 바람에 말이지.
와, 치가 떨리네. 어떻게 그런 행동을 할 생각을 하지? 응? 쌍갈고리 팔을 털어서가 아니고?
Yeah, but it has the same aesthetic look. A bulky, ancient book hung from his waist, secured in place by thick chains. He lifted it with his
그러니
hand.
이 자리에서 고하도록 하겠다. 너희들의 용서받을 수 없는 죄를.
저기 우리가 비록 그 스미 씨랑 조금 말다툼이 있긴 했지만
그대의 부하는 우리가 무사히 돌려보냈어.
야 잠깐. 스미? 그게 누구지?
그 누구냐면 그죠.
No way. You didn't know?
괜한 언동이었는가?
어디 보자. 그럼 그 죄까지 추가해서 더하면
Big Brother began flipping through the pages, taking time to wet his fingers.
안가품 장부다. 저기에 적혀진 이름들은 뭐 끝이지. 우스워서 돌아버릴 것만 같군.
세상은 북신과 퍼석으로 나눠진다. 너흰 그 차이를 알고 있는가?
Silence. The urge to blurt out what the hell are you talking about was palpable, yet it was suppressed by an unknown
손으로
fabrication force.
움켜쥐었을 때 안정감 있고 부드럽게 잡히는 것이 북신이며 꺼끌하게 손가락을 뚫고 나오는 가닥들이 퍼석이다. 그 중에서도 최상의 북신이 되기 위해서는 매일같이 인고와 단련의 시간과 섬세한 손길이 필요하지.
Do I climb on my desk? Nope.
알겠나?
Denied.
이 머리를 알맞은 모양으로 푹신하게 고정을 시키려면 수없이 많은 노력이 필요하지. 유사의 최고급 항구인 대왕가오리 항구선에 위치한 프라이빗 미용실 원장에게 헤어 스타일링을 무려 5시간 동안 받을 수 있는 쿠폰. 거기다 그 쿠폰이 있으면 누구나 멋쟁이가 될 수 있는 데다가 사전 예약 없이 방문도 할 수 있다고 적혀 있지.
You're getting air gel. Just stop. So being accused of taking his
아까
coupons?
요슈 씨가 좁은 형님이라 했던 것은
속 좁은 걸 의미하지. 진짜 엮이지 않는 것이 상책이었건만.
그것은 북신을 위한 원대한 한 걸음이었다. 하지만 그 쿠폰을 털어가는 바람에 나는 기약 없이 퍼석인 채로 살아야 하겠지. 자, 보아라. 이게 너희 중 하나가 저지른 극악무도한 죄의 증거다.
Big brother tossed a piece of paper before us. On it was a picture. Heathcliff?
몰랐어. 저놈 것인 줄은. 아야, 그렇잖아. 금고에 알록달록한 고양이 스티커들만 붙어 있었다고. 그걸 뭐 누가 저런 엄청난 녀석 금고일 거라고 생각해?
취향이라는 건 사람마다 제각각이다. 마치 이 호수처럼 다양성과 취향을 무시한 것도 명부에 적을 수밖에 없군.
누가 히스 입 좀 틀어막아. 저 장부에 또 뭐라도 더 적히기 전에.
Heathcliff? Did you even know who, what, or where these coupons were for?
알턱이 있겠냐, 이 젠장.
남의 것을 가져가는 도둑질이나 하는 낙인이 우리가 되어버린 것이오. 왜 그런 것이오, 히스클리프? 왜 생전 관심도 없던 헤어 살롱에 손을 대버린 것이오.
그런 게 있어.
단 한 가지 희소식은 가져간 쿠폰을 다시 돌려줘도 용서해줄 가능성은 극히 드물다는 것이다. 0이라고 봐야겠지. 그러므로 그 쿠폰은 히스클리프, 네 것이 될 수 있다. 불행한 소식으로는
그 쿠폰을 사용해 보기도 전에 우린 모두 대박이라는 거겠죠.
With his extended, passionate speech coming to an end, Big Brother the Middle and Dawn both wiped the eyes,
그리고 그
the
죄의
tears from their
대가
eyes, the eyes from their tears.
8조 20항을 보면 거기서 A형의 6번째 헤어 쿠폰.
That book has instructions in case someone steals their hair salon coupons?
그래, 찾았다.
You're just making stuff up at this point.
관계자 전원. 그러니까 쿠폰을 도난한 자와 그자와 친분이 있던 사람의 직결 처형이다.
역시 속 좁.
나는 중주의 작은 형님 리카르도다. 죽으면서 새기도록. 기억은 무척이나 중요하니.
Yoshu threw her one last cig to the ground. Smoke
썩
burned down to
맛진
the dawn.
않았어. 다 다음이 있다면 더 콕.
And the big brother, quite literally, soared into the air. Okay, so this is gonna be a fun fight. So I'm assuming there's gonna be like one of the, I can't remember what they're called, the middle sections, the ones that are between the cantos. That's gonna be all about hair salon stuff. Alright, let's, that one there, there. Let's see. Yeah. Let's put that there. Alright.
파고들 시간이다. 잔우에.
I feel like most of the music in this game is like pretty good, at least.
절침탄, 트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공.
Start with this one actually. That there. Toss that one over there. Maybe I'll put that one there instead. This one here. And I have one left. Let's put it on this one. I think this one has... One of these two has the most health. I'm not sure which one.
파고들 시간이다. 잔우에.
이거 분강 맞지? 야! 아니었던 것 같긴 한데. 아무튼 슬램!
속삭.
And that. Alright, so I can just kind of throw these over here. Two left. It's one there. Sure it's underneath. Toss one here. And that doesn't actually matter.
몰라 열받죠? 이러면 아무것도 못해도.
다 죽어라.
Alright, yeah, I can just kind of
이중격발,
damage it.
여유탄 회수,
Oh, that guy lived.
불길 속으로.
Not for long.
틈을 끊어.
되겠냐고요.
Oh, there's another way. Oh, there are 3 ways. Alright. Noted. Yeah, I can throw this on here. And then I have spare.
조준은 필요 없지.
그 오물을 떼어내주지.
방심했고
Yeah, they're all agitated. Favored, let's move this one to there. Favored. Third, and let's throw. Throw this one over here.
불길 속으로.
Am I lagging?
좋아.
It feels a little bit choppy, but not bad enough to worry about. Looks like everything's fine on this side. Yeah, we're good. We're good.
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
Ooh, that put all down one.
트랜지션, 확산탄, 임상시험 성공, 여유탄 회수.
Alright, let's try that again. I did not pay attention.
그 오물 다 죽어라.
I'm just like, oh yeah, I can take these out. Didn't think about the fact that it just doesn't. Alright, we have this guy. Okay, that's cool. That's fun. Sure. Big fan of this. Big fan of this. Alright, let's put it there. Ooh, all these are defense. Alright, this one goes to Ishmael. Pop that there. This one goes to, where is she? That's power counter. This one is going to, that one's going here. Let's actually move this. Tank that. Wait, no, we want to use this one. Now we can pop these over here. That should still technically work. As long as the shield hits first. Shield can hit first.
속에서 장내가 치미는군.
Alright, we can ignore him for now and just kill these two who staggered. Ryoshu, alright. Feel like this might be the time for I don't have enough for fluid sac. Cool. So we need to use this somewhere, somehow. Sure, we'll just throw it there so that it exists. We need one more for fluid sac. Let's have you flex. Neutral. Dominator. Alright. So fix that with that. Neutral. And with the blue actually going into play, I'll have enough for fluid sac, which will let me basically just, once she's out stun, I'll be able to do some good damage with that. And some good healing.
정신 차리게. 장부에 따르면 맨정신에 죽여야 하니까.
Alright. She's staggered right now. We can take this guy out. Let's just throw that at him. Have another blue. Favored. Defend. Defend again. Defend once again. And this guy can be kind of ignored.
필중 의지만 있다면 저주는 필요 없지. HP는
태어난 곳으로 돌아가라.
One out.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
야! 야!
Alright. She's back up, so we're gonna fluid sac. Fluid sac will hit everything. Let's put that there. Let's start with that. So we can have counter. Alright, let's see. Okay. Alright, so let's get these three up here. And we'll put this one over top. So that one will be the counter remover. Then these three should I'll attack into it.
가세!
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Takes one down, that heals us up a bit. That did cause that health bar to hit a little bit.
이거 분강 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램!
Alright, we've done some damage. We are still kind of low, and we don't have enough to do that again. We can do this. Or this. If we do this, we can get a bit more health up. We don't have enough for yours. Want some advice here. Some advice would probably be pretty nice, yes. I feel like I'm on thin ice with this fight. This is kind of a moment. Check his skills. So lost. Alright, skills. Damage. Check how they clash. So he has red ones. Right, so this is the one that I need to worry about right now because that's pumped up. And then the two he's using this turn. Yeah, both of those are... Okay, this... Your coupon. It's tempered. If the main target has less than 0 SP, final damage plus 5. From 5 to 6. Got it. There's nodes of walls. Don't feel bad for not first trying this node. More device facility. Alright, so we see how that the high. It's 1 coin though. 3 coins 0 for 1 turn. 1 coin for the count. If these do the same thing. 44, 9, no, those are different. Right. Well, I should still be winnable from here. Alright. It's 4 and 4. Check yours real quick. It's 2 allows for lowers HP percentages by 10% of max HP. 10% of 10 SP for eligible at least. Alright, so that one's SP, this one's actually going to heal HP. That we have to play for. I have a feeling we're gonna go gambling here. We're gonna make a lot of bets. 75 to corrode. Which means I send that and then I have to be very careful with them. Okay. That just puts it like super close to corrode. No. Okay, what do I have? To reveal most units in other counters. Heal 5% of damage dealt. You're not low enough for me to worry about that. Means it rolls the dice and you use the ego. There's a 3/4 chance it grows. Got it. So we don't want to use that. And, if we use this, we can next turn prod. Your other one, 12 rupture, there's 10 SP. 6. What do we have up here? It's SP, we don't want to do that one. Alright, I have to focus this. I have to think about what I have, what he has, what I can do. I do a little bit of extra damage with one of these. This takes a blue. Blue is what I need for the fluid sac, so I'm going to anything that needs a blue, or is that just it? Blue, orange, and purple. If I remove those, I have to worry. Remember, Ego generally doesn't do extra damage. Oh, alright. Never mind then. We don't have to worry about those. Alright, so I want this light blue out. We'll use that as our... Wait, what's everyone's counter color? Let's see, green, blue, red, purple, purple. Alright, so we need that out. Not single coin. Okay. So we want this to be played. I'm going to send this over here, but since this is a one of the stabby ones, a payback, I might want something else over top of it. Actually, hypothetically, could I just, like, once I guard this, test go in order of speed? Alright, so... Oh, I thought you could do the thing with it. These two... Do I have deflects? I do have... That's a deflect. Now that it needs to stay offset. The guard does? Or... No, you can't offset counters. Okay, alright, so let's take that. She currently has the most health, so we're gonna use her a little bit as a sacrifice. We'll use that one as a counter. That. And also counter. Counters are effective. Combat start affects retaliation against the first source of damage. There are 3 ways to avoid counter damage. Alright. One, don't deal damage to the target with a counter. In that case, should I just not have either of these? 2, use a skill that specifies if it doesn't proc defense skills, currently only 1 in the game, and the ID you don't have. Not me. 3, stagger the target with the first source of damage dealt that turn. That one does not seem like it's going to be very quick. Okay. If I just completely ignore this 3rd slot, would that help? Doing all his statuses? That's a lot of statuses. Alright, 2, take 10% damage from gloom skills. Gloom is, blue? I believe. Executive manager, you're gonna fry if you don't stagger here. Yeah. Probably. Counters are unit-wide. Doesn't matter which slot you're dealing damage to. Got it. Bad choice. Counters would still trigger regardless of the slot. Counter only triggers on the first one, correct? Can send all your sinners down. You will send them down. Oh no. Alright. If I attack this slot, every other ability will have fair game, correct? Counters only proc once. Got it. Alright, let's see. I might actually want to use this. Lead. So we're going to be gambling either way, so let's use that. It's specified otherwise, but this one doesn't. Okay. So we'll use that, which means, yes, we're going to probably get countered, but there's a 50% chance that we... Are you sure? Not when you say it that way. Not with those ... It's a huge loss of damage. Yeah. You're better off nuking him. Who would be the nuke in this situation? Trading a 4 coin as 3 for pity 1 coin eager. Wait, question. For the counter... Yeah, speed 111. For a counter... Does it only do as much damage as you put in? Or does it do a different amount? Can I have this one first tax line on every single center? No, it does not. It does as much damage as it states in the clash prediction. Alright, so if I set up a clash, then damage, history. How much damage does it does depends on target resistances. Here it'll do 61 to 1. For the one you loaned out. Alright. So I probably want to look for whatever gives me the lowest number. It is aiming for Ishmael. I went for that. What would that be? Worse, I feel like. First goes his AoE. Area of effect. Cool. Switch to this. We'll hit everyone those arrows are pointing to. The counter doesn't fix that, right? That still hits everything? Alright. What am I doing? That's not even the right person. It's over here. It's one, the other. The only thing directing AoE to clashes with. I got that wrong twice in a row. That is Ishmael. That is over here. I mean, I like those numbers. That's 31 over 44. That doesn't seem that bad. And you have a potentially very good turn here. I really wish I was good at math. This would make this so much easier. Alright. If I take this, my numbers are bigger. Overall, it looks like those numbers are decently small in comparison to what I've seen in other ones. They don't matter. Got it. Not a clash encounter. Yeah, so I don't have to worry about those ones. The way it works is you deal unopposed damage to them. Oh. Wait, none of yours is red. Alright, he's still standing afterwards. He hits you back. Yeah, look at these. So... Now that last X as if it is empty. This is probably a horrible decision. But if I am at the point of near doom, want to know if it's a horrible decision? If I played smarter near the beginning of this fight, would this not have been a problem? So, you're about as close to victory as you are to doom. No, I do like to gamble, and perfectly good state to be in. Could be better, but not very meaningfully. Alright. I need to do math here. I need to. Alright. This is probably a dumb decision, but it is far, far more specific than any other fight you've done so far, so yeah. Alright. I'm gonna go gambling then. Count that. We do a second one on that, it's not gonna matter. That. Then you're also attached to this one, so let's make sure that's on top. Okay, the speed means that unless his skills clash with anything, they're the last thing that takes effect. Alright. That hits everything, then I might want to just take these two off of that one. C'est la vie that. What's the difference between these two? Are they the same thing, just different methods of it? 5% with as shield. Once per turn. It starts game with assist defense. Once plays game one. I think... The thing is, if Foss dies, I'm guaranteed done. Like, there's no survivability left. This flash with anything, they're the last thing to take effect. These are his skills. So if I were to actually move, see that one connects to this, remove. Nothing is touching either of these. Okay, so there's one thing that might affect just... Let's pick the mechanical spoiler. Is it? Want to hear it? Sure. Silence. Alright. You don't actually need to kill him here. To be honest, I don't think I'd be able to kill him if I tried. Fight ends when you get his second stagger point. Well, I know we're decently close to that first one. The first one's like about here-ish. The second one being about there. Which means this part of the HP I don't need to worry about. Well, if we have this here... Yeah, that'll send everything onto there, so I can worry about this. And which one will get sent in first? Sure, I like the attacks that are going on. Let's actually move that one to be up top. And this turn will basically end with his counter. Got it. I feel like this is not the right answer. I feel like, looking at this, it's probably a horrible decision. But it's the only decision that I can think of that will maybe make this work. If I'm doing enough damage all at once, I should be able to hit that first stagger bar. We're not that far off of it. C'est la vie. Let's just see how this goes. Stagger bar is right there. Counters on that. I think the rest of these are unopposed. Very quick step for stagger bar.
정신 차리게. 장부에 따르면 맨정신에 지배하니까.
살고자 하는 모든 것들과 함께 무덤으로 돌아가라.
Alright, that first bar was done. That was in fact the correct answer. Alright. Staggered. They should have gone with Dawn's 3. Alright, so I should have just left it as all in. Okay. First thing I need to do over here. Fluid sac. We need to get that health back up. Alright, so I should have just left it as it was. That blue did give me the ability to do it. Hold on, that fluid sac. Well, I guess he isn't going to attack this turn. Right. So fluid sac, second turn then. This turn he's at stagger, so we can just burn down all of this. That damage. is this a point in time where I want to save high damage? Or is this a time where I just kill him? No, you want to burn him down as fast as possible. Just kill. Got it. High damage should be the most I can do.
재밌겠는데?
So. Take it. All right. You can see that second bar. We're gonna be close, if not hit it.
조준은 필요 없지. 재장전.
I think we're hitting the bar. If not, we are like health points away. Or maybe we can't hit that stagger bar because of it. Right, so we have 3 on those, 2 on those. Now we fluid sack. You're a little low, but we're gonna have that up there so we don't have to worry about you too much. We are not near stagger point because we passed the one that we had. Very low. So where is that one aiming? Do I do the same method again? So it's just a repeat of doing that on one of these. Not much else you can do, to be honest. Alright. Let me make sure everything is on the correct spots. We have fluid sac that's about to be hitting that, so it should be able to give us some extra health.
HPN 단 한 발을 요청합니다.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요.
Oh, she's dead. Alright.
바로 해주시죠.
Should have double checked that one.
그걸로. 이거 분강 맞지? 야! 필살! 바이올렛 브레이크 슬램! 속에 내가 치면
관중사 할 거라 생각해. 마지막까지 희귀한
장난이 길었군. 저는 저형이다.
Is this supposed to happen or is this defeat? Yes.
다시 회복하는 건 너무나
Uh,
멀쩡하게.
Is that supposed to happen? Is that... Congrats. Alright, that was supposed to happen. I'll take it. Alright, so when you said that it's like that, that's what you meant. Alright.
내 손질 받았어야 할 어느
Yeah, but
날의
people spent way
머리는
longer on this fight.
다신 그러지 못할 텐데.
Are they trying hard to just not fail? Can my clock even make a difference against someone who's so overwhelmingly powerful? My legs began to shake. Strategy, resurrection, this all seemed completely meaningless against this onslaught. Faust's voice called my name. It sounded so hollow. Speak, Faust.
다른 수를 생각해야 할 겁니다.
Since people aren't used to changing from just clash
저는
to
또다시
just DPS rush.
신체 활동을
It takes a fair bit of reading to understand that. Reading comprehension, knowing how the game works.
무언가를 조언하기는 어려울 겁니다. 그리고 중지의 저자는 금방 당신까지 처리할 생각을 하겠죠. 중지 소속과 얽히는 것은 예정에 있어선 안 되는 일이었습니다. 당신이 시계를 몇 번이나 돌리던 결과는 같을 것이고, 저자가 히스클리프를 이리저리 죽이는 것이 실증이 나면 곧 당신의 머리를 부수러 오겠죠. 단테 머리 뒤에 있는 조그만 버튼을 짧게 떤 길게 번을 누른 후
Grown accustomed to total annihilation. We've had plenty of on our journey here. Sinners always gave their lives to learn our enemies' weaknesses or patterns. Well, I worked out strategy from the rear. The answer will always be somewhere within our reach. Slowly but surely we figure out the answer. With that promise and answer, Sinners rose again. But this time was...
말씀드린 방법대로 수행하시면 당신의 머리에는 30초의 유예 시간 후 포결 반응이 일어납니다. 쉽게 말해 자포입니다. 황금가지가 적대 세력의 손에 넘어가는 것을 대비하기 위해 마련되었던 최후의 대응 방법입니다. 폭발의 범위는 크지 않지만 그 열과 강도는 굉장히 강하여 도시의 별에 해당하는 것들도 녹여버릴 수 있죠. 그 황금 가지를 소각시키기 위한 것이기도 하니까.
But Burgess said he'd come help before my head.
말씀하시면서 알아채신 것 같군요. 현 상황을 알릴 수단도 설령 안다고 해도 앞으로 2시간 가까이 저에게 오실 방법이 없습니다.
What about the sinners? When I'm gone, you guys are...
알고 있어요. 제 세계는 여기서 끝이 나겠죠. 그러니 최후에 다다를 때서야 말씀드리는 방법입니다.
I keep running away. I'll take the boat and try to stay alive until the Basel Lake versions cross the borders and...
확률이 완전히 0이라고 할 수는 없겠죠. 하지만 기대값이 낮습니다.
Second time after Seasfruit. Overwhelming sense of dread, so overwhelming that it breaks even our fighting spirits. Incident with Seasfruit was humiliating, but he wasn't there to obliterate us. He was just there to teach us a lesson. But this man, he's not going to stop until he's completely broken every sinner's will. Till he's satisfied. Till the humiliation, the middle face is recuperated.
LCB는 여기까지더라도 세계, 아니 림버스 컴퍼니는 존속되어야 합니다. 단테, 결단을.
재밌는 게 다 있네. 몸은 다 터져나갔으면서도 눈빛은 죽지도 않고 계속 일어서려고 하는군.
이딴 것들 때문에.
You know, if we're gonna self-destruct, what if we just...
역시 째깍째깍 돌아가면 시체가 되살아나는군.
I feel like there's a big art
세상
style
참
change right
좋아졌네.
here.
근데 저런 기술이 도시에 있어도 되는 거였나?
Is this a different
돌아가면
artist?
큰 누님에게 물어봐야겠군.
Ishmael, we can't win. I'm sure Ishmael knew that better than anyone. Couldn't bring myself to tell her the same thing.
닥쳐요.
Is this a different art style?
지랄 말고 계속 살려요.
다음 기회에.
The
계속.
line work looks different. There's a change of artists between cantos 4 and 5. Yeah.
다시.
Yeah, the line work on this one looks different. Ishmael and I were nothing more than entertainment to him. For every turn of the clock, with every revival, he howled with laughter and clapped with joy. You know, there might be like a little bit of better luck if we could just like bring back room or something, you know?
벌써
I don't know what he can do, but I mean, he's got a glass bowl for a head and a butterfly, so he's probably able to like one-hit KO every single person in this room, so yeah, what if we just
좋아. 이번엔 선글라스를 스쳤어.
you know, if we're gonna burn, if our head's going to like explode and burn at a decently high temperature, why don't we just charge him? Go for the book.
하지만 다음 기회에.
내가 얼마나 많은 파도를 넘어왔는데 목숨만 무한정이면 어디까지라도.
Mist thickens. It expands, devouring everything. Futures or hopes, any slim chance of victory we had. So does the fog of my sight, my mind. Will this continue until either Ishmael gives up or until he gets tired of this little game? Till he simply walks over and crushes my clock. Virgil's piece my shattered clock back? Is that even possible? If I did as Voss told me to, and blew up my head, not even a shred of me would be...
슬슬 똑같은 말만 들으니 지루해져 가는데. 메인 이벤트, 시계 부수기로 가볼까?
안 돼! 단테! 뛰어요! 어떻게든 도망쳐!
이 지경을 다 겪고도 아직 다리를 붙잡고 매달릴 정도면 당신 엄청 소중한 사람인가 보다.
관리자는 단테는 안 돼!
Should I press the button? Is that really going to be my last ever thoughts? There was a distant sound, like an answer to my question. The solemn sound told clearly through the blinding fog. It's a sneak, one much smaller, much more modest than ours. Is that the Grim Reaper? Beyond the misty veil, a skiff slowly glided across the water in our direction. On it was a solitary figure holding an oar. Big Brother the Middle. Could probably break that puny skeep in half with his bare hands. Stares at it in stunned silence. It became clear that the skeep didn't float here by accident. The figure on the boat began gently rowing in our direction. Through the mist, we saw something flashing atop the skiff. The figure hurled something in our general direction. It flew so fast that no human eye could catch it. Didn't even have time to register that something was thrown before I noticed that something was pierced in brother's left shoulder. Is it the ore? Then a powerful shockwave, far mightier than anything the pirates had fired earlier, struck us. The air itself quaked. There's not a distance that most people would even think about jumping across, but it's... Figure leaped over the ski fit to the Lobotomy Corp. Success gracefully and something. The man from the middle, who so far appeared unassailable, stumbled and fell to his knees. Shoulders were scared.
당신...
That's when I finally noticed that the figure had thrown was a harpoon. A harpoon too immense to be thrown by a mere person, let alone at such a blinding speed. Hooded figure's arm was similar light.
영감탱이. 호수에서 물고기나 잡는 줄 알았는데 색을 달고 나서 기어코 청새치 고래 하나 잡았다더니 이젠 눈에 뵈는 게 없어서 중지도 고래로 보이나? 나를 공격한다는 게 어떤 뜻인지는 알만한 사람일 텐데 말이야.
중지도 고래와 다를 바 없지. 하지만 여기 온 것은 그 때문이 아니야. 그저 놓쳤던 고기를 잡으러 왔다네.
아무렴 그러시겠지. 중지는 반드시 잊지 않고 기억한다는 걸 알고 있겠지?
뭐 그 밴댕이 소갈머리 같은 책에 남는 공간이 있다면 적어 놓으세나.
The old man tugged the harpoon lodged from Big Brother's shoulder. Brother tried to hold his ground against the harpoon's pull, till there was a crunch.
버티면 부서진다네.
Harpoon tore off his entire shoulder with it. It was a force that would have turned most people into tattered meat.
썩어도 준치군. 다음은 어떨까?
그래, 좋아, 좋다고. 물러가지. 하지만 기억하는 게 좋을 거야. 중지는 늘 기억해. 내가 했던 일은 중요하지 않아. 중지에게 등을 돌린 놈들은 중지가 반드시 기억하고 잊지 않는다. 그리고 무조건 되갚아준다. 그게 어떤 형태든 간에.
Ishmael and I had no choice but to watch in silent awe as the old man approached us. The harpoon was still in his hand, and if he wished to strike us with it, we could never hope to get out of its way.
난 이 건물을 삼켜버린 내 고기를 찾고 있네. 자네들도 고기를 낚는 자들인가?
Alright, so we've met the Grim Reaper. Seems he's on our side. Let's go here.
의외군, 파우스터 씨. 다른 수감자도 아닌 당신이 이렇게 누추한 곳까지 거물을 모셔왔을 줄이야.
뭐 죽다 살아왔는데 따뜻한 환영까지는 안 바래도.
그래, 손버릇이 안 좋은 누굴 위해 개인 상담을 아무래도 다시 열긴 해야겠군.
Ooh, he's in trouble. There's obvious discontents and involvement of an outsider didn't
작전에
seem to
투입해야
put
하는
across.
인물이라고 판단했습니다.
이유는?
나는 그 창백한 고래를 잡을 수 있는 유일한 자일 테니까.
그럴 테지. 쪽빈 노인.
쪽빛 특색이라는 말씀이요? 내가 지금 특색 2명과 한 공간에 있다는 말인가?
호수 어딘가에서 고래들을 잡으러 떠돈다고 들었지. 마지막으로 들려오는 소문에 따르면 오재앙 중 하나인 모든 것을 꿰뚫는 청새치 고래를 낚았다 하더군.
By the way, has anyone mentioned some ideas into currency yet? The old man grunted. It was neither a confirmation nor a denial, but it was
정황상
something.
황금가지는
I don't
호수를
think
필요하는
so.
고래에게 먹혔습니다.
Might have.
외곽에서만 보였다던 오재앙 중 하나인 그 창백한 고래입니다.
역시 그렇겠지. 결국 그런 흐름일 테니까.
시간을 많이 뺏겼네. 본론으로 들어가지. 나는 창백한 고래를 잡길 원한다.
그리고
I'm curious what's in his cigar to make the fire blue.
또한 저희는
Or at
그
least to make
고래가
the tip
어디로
blue.
향할지 알고 있습니다. 당신은 그 고래를 잡기 위해 오랫동안 관찰하고 기회를 엿보며 나름의 방법을 터득한 분일 테죠.
이건 어때요?
Maybe it's an e-cigar.
원한다면 믿기든
I
뭐든
mean, it
되어드리죠.
could be.
그 방법은
The crowd fell silent when Ishmael finished explaining her plan. So, while the event is running shipment currency, it's
아까
clear
혼자서
every
제일
story
많이
stage.
처먹고 나더니 아예 단단히 돌아버렸어.
이건 내 목적일 뿐이에요. 겸사겸사 가는 길에 황금가지가 있는 거고. 당신들 알아서 결정해요. 아, 관리자님의
I
결정이 제일
believe we've
중요하겠죠.
cleared a decent amount of story
아무튼
stages.
이 회사나 저나
Probably
목적을
not that many,
달성하려는
honestly.
방법을 모색할 뿐이에요. 그리고 딱히 이렇다 할 방법도 없잖아요. 안 그래요?
나는 반대야. 저걸 정상적인 생각이라고 들어주는 것부터가 잘못됐어.
Very nice, very
한
good to
가지
know.
질문이 남았네. 붉은색. 자네도 이 낚시에 함께 하는가?
The Indigo Elder suddenly broke the silence with a question.
물 밑에 사는 비린 것들을 사냥하는 취미나 조이에는 없기도 하지만 그런 문제보다 우선되는 게 있어서
Please
말이야.
and borrow one via the support system.
최악의 상황이 아니라면
I'm probably gonna have to be reminded of that next
내가
time.
앞에 나서는 일은 없을 거다.
The old man rose from his seat and walked off as though he was about to leave.
잠깐 기다려줄 수 있겠나? 길잡이가 참여하지 않더라도 승산은 있을 수 있다. 계획을 면밀히 짠다면 우리끼리 충분히 수행할 수 있을 테니 그렇게 섣불리 포기하는 것은
거절한다고 말한 적 없네. 창백한 고래를 잡으려면 이 요란한 비명을 지르는 배로는 힘들 것이.
Scream? I didn't think Mephistopheles was that loud.
가까이 그리고 은밀히 다가가야 하므로 좁으면서도 튼튼한 배가 필요하지.
응? 아니 그러면 왜 베르길리우스 씨가 안 도와준다니까 바로 승낙을 한 거지?
그러게. 오히려 손이 줄게 되어서 거절할 줄 알았는데.
말씀하신 배는 저희 쪽에서 구비하고 있습니다. 필요하다면 한 척을 더 내어드리죠.
아니, 나는 내 배로 좋게.
그 낚싯배? 고래가 꼬리만 퍼덕이면 다 부서질 것 같이 생겼던데.
아니 저 배 상태는 구려 보여도 어지간해서 부서지지 않는 배다.
엑스사의 합금을 사용했구려. 구하기 힘든 자료였을 텐데.
혹시 그 또한 특색이 가지는 혜택의 일종인가? 소문으로 들었는데.
Instead, entertaining that bombardment of questions, he approached me.
보아하니 지금까지 호수에서 선원들은 자네의 시계로 인해 목숨을 부지해온 것 같군. 어떤 원리인지는 모르겠으나 특이점의 일종일 테지. 하지만 그 고래에게는 통하지 않을 능력일 거야. 그러니 지금부터라도 모든 것을 되돌릴 수 있다고 맹신하지는 말게.
Why? Why did you accept, even after Virgilus opted out? It was a question I've been unable to let go.
어째서 베르길리우스 씨의 도움 없이도 작전을 수락하였냐고 물어보네요.
질문이 틀렸군. 오히려 붉은색이 나섰다면 거절했을 것이네. 붉은색과 내가 나선다면 시간은 걸리더라도 반드시 그 고래를 잡을 수 있겠지. 둘 중 하나가 죽을 테지만 그래서 붉은색이 나선다면 거절할 생각이었네. 그간 내가 잡은 것이 아닌 게 되니까.
그게 무슨 말이야? 이해가 되지 않소.
한계에 부딪힐 수 없다는 뜻이네.
한계? 지금 무슨 말을 하는 거예요? 필요한 모든 수를 가용해서라도
지도에 그어진 도시, 그 테두리 너머에 있는 외곽까지가 사람이 두려워하여 그어버렸던 선이라면 그 뒤에는 두려움을 넘어 이해조차 하지 못할 별들이 있는 곳이 있지. 나는 선을 넘어 그 이해에 맞서려는 어부라네.
설마 외곽 너머를 말하는 건가?
그 고래는 모든 걸 집어삼키고 재앙을 부르고 다녀요. 그걸 어떻게...
자네는 먹잇감이 되어 본 적이 있는 선원이군. 이곳에 있는 수많은 호수도 모든 걸 집어삼키고 재앙을 부르지. 언젠가 중요한 갈피에 놓이게 되었을 때 자신의 목숨은 전혀 아깝지 않다는 생각이 들게 된다면 지금 했던 이야기를 다시 한번 떠올려 보게. 나는 원래 조언을 해주는 것에 익숙하지 않아. 그럼에도 몇 마디 던져 놓는 것은 같은 노를 저어가는 사람에 대한 동질감이라고 해두지.
As per the old man's directions, we rowed in the skiff prepared on Mephistopheles. Saw Ishmael moments before boarding the skiff on Mephistopheles. This was Ishmael's plan, but I had no way of knowing what she was really thinking. I had an inkling, yes. So far, I've been going along with those vague guesses. Big guesses. So I had to ask her myself. Ishmael, what do you really want?
내가 원하는 건...
See another version of Ishmael. She was hiding it well from the other sinners in Virgilus, but you clearly see she was really wanted. True desire. Ishmael, you... She was lifting the body from the waters. By those torn asunder, shattered bones, strips of muscle tissue, flesh. Ishmael trembled with elation before what looked like the captain's
뭐예요?
corpse.
얼른 가죠.
So when their artist changed, was it just the artist who did like the big, I'm trying to think of what they're called, like the bigger images and everything? Or was it the was that also the same person that did like the character designs, because I feel like looking at the Indigo Elder's design, like when it had like a character sprite and everything, it looked different. Like the way the shading and everything. I think the same artist worked on map, character design, and story art. Yeah. Something about like the shading of it and the line work of it just looked slightly different. Like not enough to fully make it not match, but just enough that it looked... felt like there was like a very slight noticeable difference to it. That might just be me though. Or that might just be how they designed that character specifically. Wasn't paying too much attention when we were like way over like here. Okay. Ooh. Alright, we have some stuff. What's this? So. Suggested priorities. Yes. One artillery, 500 costs identify for Sang since it's one of the bonus ones. Alright, so this one. Ooh. That is pretty cool looking. 2 of the extraction tickets, 28 to 20 each, total cost 400. Got it. Good. Okay, do we want to do gambling? 3 yellow boxes, 10 batches, 550, 150, 450 in total. Okay. Yeah, but it depends. Do you have any good Gregor IDs? No. Gregor and Heathcliff are the 2 that do not have anything fancy to them. There'll be another one event this season you might want to start saving for. Alright, so no gambles? Might roll for new Greg. Alright. And that's this one? And then this is... by the way, did you use your selector ticket for that Foss? For this one, probably? This is the stuff that I have. I think I probably did. Yeah, it's not there, so probably, yeah. I didn't get her out of gambling, I can tell you that. Alright, so we want to go into here and we want to do the, the gambas. Here we go. Yeah. Partially because since I'm switching up how often this one's going to end up being played, I wouldn't, but it depends entirely on your priorities. I really like gambling, and since I had said that I'm going to kind of have this one be a more occasional thing once I finish through Canto 5, there's always the chance that I don't end up playing during that portion of time when the Wild Parigi is up. Or I might. There's when or which events I'll be tethered with is going to be a lot more of a gamble in it of itself. Okay, let's go gambling. Also, I just really like gambling. I feel like I can just stick with that one.
huh. 훈련실에서 펼쳐지는 예술이 궁금했나?
Right. And then we can do 2 more. Right? Yeah, we can do 2 more. So let's go gambling. Oh.
아, 비웃지 마세요. 저도 좋아서 이딴 걸 입었겠어요?
색색이 황홀하고 아예 기억 못하게 하려는 길이구려.
This is something. Ego? Yisang ego. Cool. Alright, is that a good one? It's over here. Great for rupture comps. Alright, let me toss that on there then. Mostly for its passive. What is its passive? So return. This unit took no damage last turn, gained formless charge. Speed. So generally a high roller. Ooh. Alright, so we'll keep that there. We'll just like clear the exclamations. Right. And then we can do 1 more. Let's go gambling. I should probably be using this time to find who to send you guys to. Right, nothing interesting.
자, 결투를 받아들여라. 혹은
Alright, so yeah, it was definitely not worth it. Well, you win some, you lose some. Alright. I do need to find someone to send you guys to. I think it is actually decent for a 2-star. Is that better than the one that I have? Different purposes. Got it. Let's see. They messed with stuff and now I need to refigure out how to do things. Overall, probably slightly more useful. Alright, so we'll switch to this. It's not like we really use her anyways, but you know. Alright, let's create a poll. They made everything have labels now, and it's messing with my knowledge of where things are. For like the mobile dashboard thing. I think that's what it was. And this. Alright, pulls up, choice is yours. And for those of you who didn't really, or that came in a little bit later, I guess. I put a poll up in Discord for basically when I was going to do this. I did it today because that was what was picked. One of the goals that I had, or one of the, like, rewards, yippies, that I had for, streaming stuff was to drink a mystery drink, a drink that I did not pick. That goal has been sent through, so we did that today. It's kind of anticlimactic, I'll be honest. It's just a very normal drink. Thanks for the stream. See you next time. Yeah, see you guys. When we play something on Friday. I still have no idea. The game will be figured out probably, Friday morning, you know? Fairly well. Fairly well to you too. Alright, we did not have a choice. So I'm just going to send us to a random one. Let's see, eeny, meeny, miny, you. Actually, let me just... yeah. Send you guys over there. Send you guys to Tatsu. Right. Hope you guys enjoyed. Hope to see you guys again. And let me wait for this to load up on my end. Okay, it's good to go. Ciao. Did it send? It did send.